Marxist left in New York. Because
and shout out to my man Hellbat. He's like, still better than listening to Chank's retardation. You know, it's crazy that you was able to get retardation through. I mean, it's hilarious how some people is able to slide, but not everybody. Vlad, you must be doing too much sometimes, because they be letting my man Hellbat slide sometimes. Hellbat, he got the cheat code on the super chats.
That's now in vogue in New York, apparently.
They're going to
put a Marxist in as the mayor of New York City. And he's terrified by that because he's yesterday's news.
And shout out Little Gothic. Rubio has always been a neocon and did not change. I mean, that is absolute facts. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry, but what do they call him on X? They call him Jubio. I was like, bro, y'all are wild. But he does have a very strong allegiance to, well, the neocons and the Zionists. So Rubio was always a concerning factor, even to me when it came to the Trump administration. I'm like, ooh, Marco Rubio. I mean, he's competent, but I mean, he definitely is a Zionist. But I am surprised that, you know, he's also going along with the whole Gaza peace plan. Honestly, I thought he was going to be one of the main reasons why there was never going to be a peace deal with Gaza concerning the United or involving the United States. So I will give you that criticism, my friend.
So he had to pick a fight against Trump and show a fight and show he's tough and show he's further left than everybody else. And that's what this is. I mean, pure and simple.
Wow. He's like, shout out to retardation getting through. I mean, I guess when you use the scientific term, it all works out. And he's like, shout out to retardation. Man.
That's why he changed his tune. And there's no other way to see it. Everybody who's on the Hill and is paying attention sees it clearly, and he needs to be called on it. We need this to come to an end. And yes, I'm praying that it ends quickly, because we've got troops and young pregnant women and veteran services and all these other things we could talk about all day long. People are suffering because of these games, and I've had it.
Talking of changing tunes, you came out strongly on the issue of Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl. Had you ever actually heard of Bad Bunny before last week?
Didn't even know who the guy was, okay? And they asked me in the hallway, and they said, who you think would be suitable? I don't know. Lee Greenwood, man. I'm on the other side. I don't know. I don't think, it doesn't sound like a great choice to me. Look, what I'm concerned about, what I said, is a lot of young kids.
Bad Bunny is hilarious. I remember they said they were going to, I think Bad Bunny was concerned about people putting ice outside of a Bad Bunny concert. And I'm just like, you know what, put a nice checkpoint out of a Bad Bunny concert. That's actually a smart idea. I mean, they do it to Americans whenever there's an event where, a social event that's popular where people's going to be drinking, the police will set up DUI checkpoints. So, hey, man, fair is fair. It is what it is. And shout out to my man. Let's see, hold up. Shout out to my man Vlad Steen. He says, oh no, a Black Mr. Clean. They need to rebrand. I mean, yeah, I would have to rebrand on that. I mean, think about it. Like, my profile pic literally has the dreads in there. I'd have to literally rebrand completely. It would be tough.
It's people watch the Super Bowl, right? And you need to uplift positive things, American values, and not have this controversy. And it just seems unnecessary to me.
You don't think that maybe you're a little bit older, Matisse, to be telling young people they should be listening to on Super Bowl day?
My kids would probably say so, yeah. I still like 80s music, okay? I mean, I confess. But, you need somebody at the Super Bowl halftime, in my view, that can appeal to a broad audience of everybody and not leave out those of us who grew up in the Reagan era.
You know what? I don't disagree. It's because it is a uniquely family event, the Super Bowl.
It is.
You know, when I've watched it in America with American families, everyone's there. Your grandparents, the kids, everyone's there. You actually don't want people that are going to alienate half that room of your family before they even start performing. So we reached a point of agreement at the end there, Speaker Johnson. Always a good way to end an interview.
Yes, and I would say you have the greatest accent in all of media. It's not fair because you sound intelligent. Whatever you say, Piers, it's really not fair to everybody else.
Swear to God, though, I be jealous of I be jealous of this man's vocabulary or his lexicon. I mean, the way he talks. I don't want the British accent all the way through, but their lexicon though is elite. I mean, their vocabulary is elite level vocabulary right there. So I will give it to Piers. Like, if you listen to Piers thoroughly, you will learn a new word almost every time you watch this man.
You know, I was given a brilliant quote about my accent there. It was an NBC executive. He said, you know, Piers, to an American ear, the English accent always conveys an air of presumed higher intelligence. And then he paused and said, which may not actually exist.
I'm with him.
But I will take it. Speaker Johnson, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, my friend. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you.
I mean, well,
let's go back to our panel here. So look, we got some stats. So it's quite interesting actually, Jack, because you had a little bit of wriggle room there because the speaker wasn't quite as emphatic.
No,
But we've done some research while we were listening to that. The total net increase in law enforcement spending in the big beautiful bill is an estimated $170 billion across the full life cycle of the bill. This does include large allocations for ICE and the border wall, but also $3 billion for the Bureau of Prisons and almost $1 billion for federal law enforcement training centers. The bill was applauded by, among others, the National Fraternal Order of Police. So that does seem to be pretty unequivocal.
but at the same time, I must also point out that so far the DOJ this year has taken away about cut $500 million in grants. The DOJ has. We've also seen about $1 billion in grants that were to be distributed.
The Department of Justice is going to take away $500 billion in grants. To who? You might want to be a little bit more specific. Like, is it something that we actually care about? Or you're just mad that they're taking grants away from people that you don't even know? Like come on now, bro. Like, what's the real argument here? And shout out to my man Vlad, referring to the product, Mr. Clean, by the way. Of course. Come on, man. What else, bro? I mean, what else logo is famous for having a bald white man on there?
Distributed before Donald Trump's administration came in. The DOJ.
Really, man, you could have made the man bald. You could have made him white, black, brown. As long as he's bald, you still know that's Mr. Clean.
Those grant programs that support local police and violent crime reduction. So there's going to be another $1 billion next year. I think those numbers are important to point out. I don't know why the DOJ is reducing support for police. Cutting these grants doesn't really make a lot of sense for Donald Trump's argument.
To you,
but I think that needs to be. I think
Well,
that needs to be put forth.
I don't really want to go back
I
over.
was told by Michael that there was no cuts at all. There
Okay,
were
no, I
none.
don't want to go back over it.
There was not. As Piers just read, and as the speaker just pointed out, the numbers went up, not down, like you wrongly claimed.
Yeah, that does seem to be the indisputable takeaway. But let's move on. Michael, talking. Well, hang on one second, Congressman. Michael, just talking of the DOJ. Interesting comment there. Very emphatic statement from the speaker about Ghislaine Maxwell, which is, I think, notable and will make news because Donald Trump left that door open a bit, said, well, I don't really know much about this, which of course he obviously does, but I'm going to look into this and we'll take a look. He didn't rule it out as emphatically as Speaker Johnson just did. You know, a lot of pushback, I noticed, to Donald Trump, even potentially leaving a door open to a potential pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell. It appears the speaker certainly was absolutely unequivocal. No. What is your view?
Well, the pardon power rests with the president, not with the Speaker of the House. So ultimately, it will be President Trump's decision to make. I agree with Speaker Johnson in as much as the political cost of pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell would be so high. It would pose an existential threat, I think, to the MAGA coalition. Right. So most likely that will not happen. But the pardon power does exist for a reason. One, to correct cases of injustices that happen along the way in the system. But two, just as a prudential matter, sometimes, if you can gain a little leverage, if you can advance the cause of justice or an investigation, you might be willing to do that sort of thing. That said, I don't think there's really a big disagreement between Trump and Johnson in that Trump could do it, but the cost is so high, I don't see him paying it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it doesn't matter what Johnson says. Trump will do what's good for Trump. And,
Yeah, I mean, thank you for going along with his logic. Yes. So as your logic goes, pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell wouldn't be good for Trump. So he's not going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
basically, what I wanted to ask Speaker Johnson was, why is Congress only worked 15 days in the last 45 days? Why isn't he convening Congress? Why is Congress on a paid vacation while federal employees are going without pay? Why isn't he?
Ask Schumer and Jeffries that. I mean, we gave y'all the 1-year extension on the Obama healthcare subsidies, and y'all said no. Now y'all want it to be permanent. So ask them.
Swearing in the Arizona congresswoman, that will be the 218th vote to release Epstein files. There's a tough questions that Johnson need to be asked. And
we run out of time, unfortunately. Next time I'll get you to join in, then we can avoid any eliminations. But let me ask you, Jack, about this. This was an interview with Katie Porter, who I know quite well because I appeared on the Bill Maher show with her a while ago, and it didn't go well for her. But she's the lead candidate to be the next governor of California. I have a home in California, so I have a vested interest in who wins this. And it was an extraordinary interview that she did. Let's watch a few of the highlights here.
The question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I'm be real with you, when y'all bigotry gets showed in your face, it is a bit hard to, I guess, reconcile with it. So you're pretty much saying that, oh, you don't need the 40% of 40% of Californians that voted for Donald Trump. You're saying you don't need them at all. Like, you sure? Let's see. In Canada's for CA governor. Okay, so she's trying to be the California governor. You don't think you're gonna need at least some of these MAGA guys to go along with it? Because let's be real. After years of being ran by Gavin Newsom, I think the pendulum is swung a little bit to the center now. Like, hey, California used to be all the way left. I think they're now centrist. Like, these guys are willing to hear the right out because of how bad Gavin did. So you guys are going to have to listen to these guys out, listen to them out. Because I don't even think they're that much real Democrats in California no more. And Lord knows they ain't conservatives or they're not Republicans, but they are definitely now independents. Like, we got to at least admit that. Like, the way Gavin Newsom has ran California, bruh, the pendulum has swung not from the left all the way out to the right, but right in the center, smack dead in the center.
Not going to do the interview with us.
Nope, not like this.
Look, man, they're willing to hear anybody that has a good idea at this point. Anybody. But shout out to Bobby M. He said MAGA is too poor and uneducated to get ahead in this country, which is crazy because, I mean, a lot of us are educated and, I mean, not poor, but okay. So they blame others because they stay on opioids. I mean, you know, opioids is a problem in a lot of other countries. And no, we're not blaming others because of opioids. What are you talking? You're talking about in reference to jobs, I believe. So no, we're blaming the fact that corporate elites, the same corporate elites that you say you're against, are allowing illegals to be taken advantage of in their companies. Even the H-1B visa guys get taken advantage of because it's a lot easier to hire them because they're cheaper, not because they work harder or they have more schooling than an American citizen. But I see you believe the propaganda that makes you doubt your own people, and it's quite sad. All right, but like you said, so they blame others because they stay on opioids. MAGA got tricked by billionaires. I mean, isn't it hilarious how you just made the argument for billionaires by doubting American potential? Hilarious. Unknowingly supporting a pedophile and continue to follow it. Well, there is no evidence that Donald Trump's a pedophile. I mean, let's see. Private investigators have said so. Epstein victims have said so. Ghislaine Maxwell's okay. I know you take Ghislaine Maxwell with a grain of salt. My bad. Okay, let's leave her out. But Epstein victims have said so. The real ones. And, you know, continue to follow the corruption. I'm just looking here and just like, what corruption? You mean your disagreement on how the government is ran? So you're making this crybaby rant in the super chat, which I appreciate, by the way. So shout out to you, Bobby M. Remember, you just put in $10. The MAGA supporters are the ones who put in like what? The other $100? So yeah, you can't call them poor and uneducated when they've been carrying this stream, my man. Like I said, I do appreciate the support, and hey, I ain't gonna lie, it was fun to engage with it. But all right, though. Sorry, which side is overdosing on Tylenol? Yeah, low key. I mean, which side started taking Tylenol because Trump said, yo, don't take it because your kid might get autistic. And then there was women taking it and putting themselves in the hospital. Liberal women, I might add you. But, you know, we're the bad guys, though, Bobby. We're the bad guys. I mean, it's like your whole MAGA party is filthy corrupted. I mean, you could say that about the Dems, too. We're not going to say there isn't corruption in the left or on the right. But now I'm be real with you. You're not really being fair trying to just shove it all on one side, acting like it's not happening on y'all side. I mean, you want to talk about how Brandon Johnson literally got paid for letting illegals into black communities? Like, that's not corruption to you? Oh, but if he was a MAGA supporter, it'd have been obvious corruption to you. Like, you kind of see where you're a bit, I don't know, bro. You're a bit biased in your, and I'm be real with you in your analysis of the situation in America, especially when it comes to what's going on. It's like you're kind of blaming everything on MAGA, but like, who runs these states? I mean, who runs the highest crime cities? Dems. So what does MAGA got to do with that? Also, please let me know. But so all right, yes, but shout out to my man Hellbat. And shout out to Jay. He's like, well, that one backfired badly. Ricky Bobby M. I mean, yeah, I don't think he thought that one all the way through. But I mean, hey, man, you came with all the vitriol in the world. Opioids is destroying the MAGA community, bro. Opioids destroying the American community, not just MAGA. I mean, bro, there are liberals that I know that are on opioids and conservatives that I know. It's like, what are you talking about? I mean, to make it about MAGA is pretty childish, to be quite honest with you. It's really freaking childish because it's affecting Americans in inner cities, which is mainly liberals, and it's using the party atmosphere. Yes, opioids is using the party atmosphere, which is mainly in liberal cities, and you have no statistics to back up that mainly MAGA uses opioids. So you sound retarded. You sound retarded right now. Just even trying to say that, my friend. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know why you would say that. Like, damn it, Bobby, propane is king. Shout out to King of the Hill. I didn't see that. Shout out lastly. That one took me back. And shout out my man Chase. It's funny they tried to say we're the billionaire party, then tried to say we're broke. It's like, which is it? Make up your mind. Thanks for the support, though, Bobby. Like, no, really, like, laugh my ass off. Like, don't. Like, man, Bobby, he's like, come on, can you prove that mainly MAGA supporters take opioids? Because you know what opioids are, the Percocets and all that nice stuff. That's mainly party drugs, and it's mainly done in liberal cities. Actually, a lot of hood guys do it. And where do hood guys live at? In liberal cities. They drink lean, which is an opioid. They do pills, that's an opioid, and they brag about it. You know where these black men live at? In liberal cities. Mainly controlled by black liberal mayors. I mean, ain't that a bad coincidence? But yeah, obviously you don't know what's going on in America to make that statement.
I'm not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care.
Okay.
Well, that was with a very good reporter called Julie Watt.
Hold on, I gotta go back on that because yeah, I mean, if this is who y'all got for governor, I mean, come on, man, y'all need to just like California, bro. Try something new, like Trump hit the black people with. Look, Democrats ain't been working for you. They've been destroying your community. They've been trying to make y'all welfare babies. Try something new. Like Californians, don't do this to yourself. Try something new. You see what the next Democrats coming with. You're about to get a fat white woman. I mean, at this point, at least the image of Gavin Newsom looked better, some tall white guy. But now you want to get a fat white woman? Like, y'all sure y'all want to go through that? Because I feel like if you let this girl in, it's going to get 10 times worse.
That's it.
The question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it.
He quit.
Thank you.
She quit. She quit.
You're not going to...
She said, I can't do it. Trump bought in the H-1B visas. Actually, H-1B visas has been around for a while. So Trump didn't just create H-1B visas. H-1B visas has been abused by tech companies for a while to undermine American like STEM students or tech graduates. Like that's what they're being really used for. And Trump didn't start it. It's been started for a while. The visa program has been around for a while, my man Bobby. Why are the farmers failing? Well, to be honest, not all farmers are failing. You're talking about soybean farmers because China has mainly been buying their soybeans from Argentina now. So that's what you're talking about, soybean farmers. You got to be more specific. And when not all farmers are failing, especially the ones that don't go soybean and the ones who've had market access to the countries in Europe and in the UK. So no, not all farmers are failing. Just the soybean ones are actually getting hit. And why did Kid Rock have illegals working in his restaurant? Because Kid Rock was trying to get cheap labor, and he's wrong for that. If that's true, because I don't know if that's true, but if it is, then he's wrong. And I would hope that man would get fined for that. So I'm being consistent in my argument that illegal immigration to abuse them for cheap labor is wrong, and it shouldn't be championed at all. And who's hiring these illegals? Farmers and corporate elites. I'm be real with you. The farmers get cheap labor and be like, it's cool. They like it. They get to keep their profits. Who also hire illegals? Well, I'm be real with you. Both sides hire illegals, conservatives and liberals alike. It's a both side problem, but they do it because we allow them to. Like, we give them people to abuse through a bad immigration status or through illegal immigration status. They can abuse these people. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say here. Or you're trying to say that I'm not consistent in the argument. I don't care who's doing it. It should not be done. And I would hope, and I think you feel the same as well. I'm pretty sure you feel the same since you're playing the whataboutism.
Do the interview with us.
Nope, not like this. I'm not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care.
Well, that was with a very good reporter called Julie Watts. I think it was a CBS affiliate. I mean, Michael, let me start with you on this. I mean, it was excruciating to watch, but no real surprise. You know, I saw the prickly side of Katie Porter on the Bill Maher show when she got challenged about her worldview. It was not a great sight. Let's take a little look a bit of that first, and then I'll
back down completely.
We talked about people, using things to kind of get likes and get clicks.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the call-in line, see if we can get some people here to react with this with me. Hey man, maybe Bobby might come up here and explain his position all the way through. I would love it.
That's not what she's doing.
It's not?
I've got no truck for right against personally, but all I've seen her do is stand up for women's rights to fairness and equality.
Well,
She actually competed against Leah Thomas, and it was obviously unfair. Leah Thomas won one of the races in the NCAA championships by 50 seconds against a bunch of biological females who simply couldn't keep up. That cannot be right. It cannot be fair. And the audience then burst into raucous applause, which she found completely astonishing because it's a liberal crowd. What's going on here, Michael? Why would you?
I mean, what you mean? Liberals don't even got to make sense. I mean, look, bro. If when they're that blindly liberal, the liberal doesn't even have to make sense, and all they gotta say is Trump's bad, and they'll fall right back into the brainwash. Like, a liberal will say something that don't make sense, and then the liberal would be like, "Hold on now," and then also they gotta say is, "Oh, but Trump is evil," and you're like, "Okay, my bad. All right, yeah, what you're saying makes sense now. My bad. I didn't hear the Trump's evil part."
If you're doing a television interview, why would you behave in such a graceless, rude, arrogant manner, do you think?
She's behaving in an entitled way because she has enjoyed entitlement, along with the Democrats, for most of her political career. And I'm sure that she sat down and thought, this is CBS News, this is a mainstream news network, it's going to be a bunch of softballs, I'm not going to have to answer anything. And she gets mild pushback. I have to give a little credit to CBS here. CBS, of the major news networks, generally does a much, much better job than the other ones do. But this is very mild pushback. And even that is so shocking to Katie Porter. If she had to endure 1/1000th the scrutiny that every Republican politician has to endure from the beginning of his career in the media, she wouldn't have made it past dog catcher of Palookaville.
Yeah.
But you're seeing a real sea change here.
Yeah, Jack, I mean, you're shaking your head, but come on, man, that was embarrassing.
Okay, so I don't even want to talk about the Katie Porter of it all. The idea that Republicans face scrutiny from the media, Donald Trump is so dementia-addled right now. He did a text interview with Jake Tapper. Now, I'm not really a fan of Jake Tapper. I think that's a pretty sad move to do.
I mean, he did like a 30-minute interview with One American News up in person. So yeah, maybe he's giving the full interviews to the companies that he like or the news station that he likes, like ONN. What was it? It was OAN, like America. Yeah, One American News. So yeah, he gave them a full interview and he gave Jake Tapper a text back. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Jake Tapper was willing to wait, he could have got a full interview. But let's be real, the way CNN been towards Trump. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get that much interviews. But it does seem like Trump has been on Fox quite a while. He was on OAN. So I don't know. We'll see. And I heard that 60 Minutes is trying to get him back on. So we'll see how that goes.
Do a text interview, but do we really think that Donald Trump is on the other side of that phone? No, it's Stephen Miller, it's Russ Vaught.
Actually, I do. Yeah, I can tell you how I know it.
Playlist.
I can tell you how I know because I text with Trump regularly, and it is him.
I'm sure.
Just to be clear, Jack, it is him. It is him.
No,
and here's the
Donald Trump has to do a text interview. We can't be serious right now. And he's the one attacking.
Jack, calm down. Caitlin Collins from CNN is in my old slot at CNN, actually, the 9 p.m. hour. gave an interesting interview yesterday, and she was talking about the fact Trump never sleeps. When you're on Air Force One, you can't really sleep properly because he's up all the time wanting to talk to journalists. He gives more airtime to Q&As with the press and the media than any president ever. That's just a fact. Now, you may think he's got dementia, but I would argue the one that looked like he had dementia was the predecessor.
And Bobby M coming in again. He said, "Where's the Doge checks?" To be quite honest, those would be nice, but let's be real. Those never got a date set on them. I mean, if he set it a deadline, don't worry, we'll get your Doge checks by the end of the year, then I would tell you wait 2 months. But there was never really no promise in that. So I'm not really sure what you're talking about. I mean, let's be real. If anything, he's been talking about checks from tariffs than talking about Doge. So I don't know. I would say maybe wait on the tariff checks, but no, nothing from Doge, nothing from the Department of Government Efficiency, my friend. Just only more cuts. That's all you get. More cuts. No checks, more cuts.
White House,
which you should be happy about, Bobby. I mean, you should be happy that they're cutting stuff from the government, less government spending. You know, to balance the budget, like Bill did.
Never did Q&As with the press.
You should be happy.
Never did any hostile interviews with anybody because he didn't have the mental acuity to do it. Trump, whatever you think of him, he's out there every day talking for an hour, 2 hours with the media.
There's a big difference, though, between answering a question and responding to a question. And just because Donald Trump's
words between the two? It's the same thing.
Well, if you ask Donald, that's not even remotely true. If you ask Donald Trump whether or not he wants to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, and he says, "Well, I don't really know who that is, and also, have you seen my ballroom?" That doesn't give you a real answer. He's responding. He can go on and talk about nonsense for an hour, but that doesn't do anything to give you a real answer, to let you know what this administration is doing.
He makes more news.
It's not about.
I mean, if he talked nonsense for an hour, then how's everybody reporting on what he's saying around the world? I mean, the man just said, "Well, here we go. We're dropping drug prices." I don't know. Y'all didn't really cover that one, but at least y'all covered the Gaza peace plan. So we'll give you guys that. I mean, he was pretty coherent enough for the world to understand that, yeah, he's putting forward a Gaza peace plan. So, like I said, I mean, y'all delusions don't match up with reality.
Yeah, but hang on,
it's not about news. It's about he's the president of the United States. He should answer questions. He
makes more news on a daily basis by answering questions than any other world leader. I mean, he does.
Responding to questions. Piers, if you ask me a question and
he said registered Dems shouldn't get Doge or tariff checks. Yeah, I know they shouldn't, but don't worry, man. They're gonna get some love too. They're gonna get some checks too, but just, you know, they should write an apology letter for their check. They should be like, "Sorry, Trump. Look, I know I'm just doing this for my 2000, but look, man, I'm sorry. I doubted the tariffs. I was being delusional. I was being delusional. It was blame CNN, MSNBC. My bad. I will never do it again. And I will now believe in you." And then, of course, they're going to write JK in the back of it. But hey, though, at least they wrote it. At least they faked it. At least they faked it. So, yeah, I mean, if they're going to if there's checks coming out, registered Dems should have to write an apology letter for it.
I started ranting about a ballroom that I'm building, and that had nothing to do with the question that you asked me.
Well, I
think
asked you
as a journalist would feel pretty unfulfilled.
Well, just to, ironically, I just asked you about Katie Porter. You said, "I don't want to talk about Katie Porter. Let's talk about the Republicans."
Because I had to.
You said, "Dems in chat rejoice. You started, then that guy." All right.
So you are a glistening example of exactly what you're talking about.
And do you want me to be president of the United States? No,
not really. No,
Katie Porter. No. But I did. No, I didn't think. I don't think anyone came away from that.
Let me bring Sri back in here. I mean, Sri.
Trump crypto scan. Who bought and lost? Well, right now, Trump crypto is down. So I don't know. Really, I couldn't really tell you that. And I'll be real. There's really no law set that says the president can't have a crypto coin, seeing that it's relatively new technology. So, hey, it is what it is on that one. You could say Trump found a loophole, and I would agree with you, quite honestly. I would agree with you. I'd be like, it is a bit hard to pin him down on crypto, since it's like, well, is it okay for Trump to have a crypto coin? It's never been decided because crypto coins are a recent thing. It's like, I mean, celebrities have it. I mean, shoot, businesses, venture capitals. Like, there's a venture capital owns Solana. So I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, Trump kind of found a loophole with the crypto, and it's not a scam until you rug pull. So you can't really call it a crypto scam until you rug pull it and you take all the profit for yourself. So yeah, you can't call it a scam until there's a rug pull.
Let me bring Sri in. For the art of the political,
or if there is a utility of the crypto that's not fulfilled. but there's no utility towards the Trump coin, and it's still on the crypto market. So it's not a rug pull, so you can't call it a scam.
Interview. It's not that difficult, really. But when you behave like a complete arse, as Katie Porter did there, you're going to get the kind of mockery it deserves. That interview went
no, it's not really corruption. You can't call it corruption because, I mean, can a president have a crypto account? Can a president have a crypto coin? Actually, who runs Trump's crypto coins? Because, you know, there's a lot of fake meme Trump crypto coins. If it's ran by his sons, then, yeah, they're allowed to do so. They're allowed to use, think about it. Think about it like this, Bobby. Because this is how you know that Trump may, actually, I would say this, I'm not sure, but he may not even have anything to do with that Trump crypto coin personally. It could be Don Jr. and Eric Trump because, hey, it's their last name. So they can use their last name without Trump. And they can put their name as Trump coin. And then there you go. They're the ones managing the Trump coin and all that good stuff without Trump being involved. And that's not corruption. That's perfectly legal. And to be honest, they could have did this without being in president, and the Trump coin would have still probably did not as well, but did decently well. So, like I said, it is what it is. And like I said, you're allowed to have a coin as a president. And to be real with you, the coin is not really connected to Donald Trump directly. It's most likely connected to his sons, which would not be corruption because, like I said, it's connected to his sons, which means Donald Trump really doesn't have too much ownership on it.
100,000 times bigger on the airwaves of the internet and social media because of the way she behaved, and it ever would have done if she just.
I know, but can you guys sit here and tell me that Donald Trump is not allowed to have a crypto, not allowed to have crypto in his name? You can't because of relatively new technology. So you guys are just, honestly, let's say this: if he was buying stock in a company, right, that was about to go to the moon because he gave them a special advantage, that's corruption. That's inside trading. But if he sets up a coin and he doesn't know if it's going to succeed or fail off and it's off his likeness, he's allowed to do that. There's no rule against it, and no law has been proposed to Congress about it. So you guys are literally complaining over nothing. And like I said, it's not really a scam unless it's a rug pull. If there was a rug pull and everybody just lost out while the Trump family ran away with all the funds, then we could sit there and say it's a scam. But until then, it's just a regular coin on the crypto market that you guys are kind of, over exaggerating on. And like I said, there's no law against Trump having a coin. Trump made $2 billion plus this year already. He's a billionaire and he's been making that type of money like for a while now. That makes that doesn't go to anything. That doesn't prove anything. He'd have made $1 billion off real estate. I mean, he'd have made $1 billion off the hotels. And then you don't even know where he directly got that $1 billion from. You're assuming that he got it from crypto. So that doesn't say anything. He's been a billionaire for how long now? A while. Actually, he's been a billionaire before he was even president. He bragged about being a billionaire during the Trump roast. Did you forget about that?
Answer the questions.
Man, been making money.
But Donald Trump lies. Most of his answers are lies and not truths.
Why are you talking about Donald Trump?
But Donald Trump lied.
Well, we're talking about politicians answering questions.
You've just pulled a Jack. I've asked you one question, and you're talking about somebody completely different. This is what I mean. So
you're talking about Donald Trump answering questions, but he doesn't.
I'm talking about Katie Porter.
But so, Piers, are you going to hold us?
Trump literally manipulated the stock market. Like, wait, how? Wait, whoa, how? You guys were saying that he crashed the stock market with the tariffs. Not that the stock market is doing good. He manipulated it. Bro, you're not being fair, Bobby. Bobby, you're not being fair. Bobby, come over here. Come over here, Bobby. Bobby, you're not being fair. You must understand that just because the economy is doing well, it's not crashing like you want it to. The fact that stocks are seeing record numbers does not mean that Trump's manipulating the market. It just means that the economy is doing well. It means that businesses are doing well and you should be happy. But if it was doing bad, you'd be ready to sit there and be like, oh, Trump is effing up the market. Look what he's done. Look what y'all voted for. But because the market is good, now he's manipulating it. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. It's like, you're not being fair. I got to hit you with the boozy.
That shit is hard. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And I got to hit you with MJ.
Stop it. Get some help.
But there you go. There you go.
More accountable for wanting to discuss multiple topics than you are.
Oh, but you did say I'm out at the end. If he's like, you're just a MAGA talking point, which is kind of funny because if you be on here enough, you know that I actually go against the MAGA crowd. Not a lot, but a decent amount of times. a decent amount of times. Even at the, I would say at the pushback of my own audience, even at the pushback of my own audience, who's mostly MAGA. So you're not around here enough to really know that. And to be real with you, I kind of speak out on MAGA a lot. But I love MAGA because not all of them are bad. I just speak out on the bad apples of MAGA, like Laura Loomer. But you said I'm out, so hey, man, have a blessed night. I hope everything's all right with your big dog. God bless. Have a good day.
Or the president of the United States.
No,
and if
he's
we want
not
to
on
talk
the
about
panel,
transparency,
Jack.
where's
Sorry,
the transparency? I'm glad that you asked Speaker
new
Johnson
to the
about
panel.
Epstein.
Jack, you're new to us.
Hey, no, that is funny though. Shout out Jet. He said no questions asked when it's Clinton, Obama, or Pelosi. I'm just like, yeah, what about Obama being like 50 M's richer? Like, man was only 6 figures. He was making like 6 figures a year as senator and then president. And then all of a sudden he walks out with $50 billion. Nothing said. Oh, well, that was his book, bro. Really? You don't think there was some inside trading in there? Okay, bro. Like Bernie Sanders made $3 million off the sales of his book. That's book money, not $50 million. But okay, bro. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, man, the Dems could do anything, and that man will have nothing to say. All the corruption in the world, but as soon as somebody in MAGA or the Republicans do something, that man is on top of it. You know what? I gotta pay respects to that type of delusion, Bobby. I gotta pay respects to it. And shout out Chase, like, dude gave you like 40, then says he's out. You don't gotta run away just because you're wrong. We don't mind teaching you, bro. You don't gotta go. Like, hey, dog, shut up. Come on, man. Even
That shit is hard. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But hey, man, look.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
But then also, every time you tell them the truth, they hit you with this.
Oh, it was a huge movie. It was the lead. No.
So what can you do?
Censored. Here's how this works. I get a bunch of people in, right? Unusually, I get people who don't agree with each other, and we have a civilized or sometimes an uncivilized debate. But what we do is we discuss topics. I throw it to each of you, and you give an answer to the topic. What you guys have been doing on the left side of this debate is you've been making a point like the trouble with the Republicans is you ask them one thing like Trump and they answer another, and then you both do exactly the same thing.
Look, Katie Porter should have finished her interview.
There you go.
But then Donald Trump should be more honest. Donald Trump should be more honest.
Those two things can be completely true at the same time. But you should just, in terms of an interview with a politician, you just failed as well. Because all you had to say was that, right? How hard is it to just give a straight answer to a straight question? When I do interviews where I'm the subject, people ask me questions, I just answer them. I don't care. Ask me whatever you want. I couldn't give a monkey's cuss.
Yeah, same here.
And I was happy to get to the end of that point if Michael hadn't so rudely interrupted me. I don't know what that's
well,
about.
You have to answer it straight away. That was
Please.
the point.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This man has been on Michael Cole's ass the entire time. It's like he just has a vendetta against him at this point.
I was saying I didn't think it was a great interview. It certainly wasn't a great interview. I don't think
I thought
that
it was
I'm
a
breaking any news by
masterclass.
saying
Honestly,
that.
it was a masterclass in how not to conduct a political interview. But if I'm a Californian resident, and in fact, I am a California resident for a lot of the year, I've got a home there, I watch that and think, why would you vote for somebody so entitled, so arrogant, so like...
Shout out to my man Hellbad. He says, idea, white face paint to make the Dems happy. Bro, what the fuck? Bro, hold on, Hellbad. Like, dog. Bro.
That shit is hard. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Bro, gonna get me canceled. Doing white face. Just paint my face white and just do white face for the Dems. Ah, man, just be a complete liberal about it, too. Make sure to wear some big-ass obnoxious glasses. Like get them Rachel Maddow glasses. And then, we'll be in business. Oh, man. Well, he's like, why the guy on the right looks like a Shrek character? He like Lord Farquaad. No, he do. No. He actually, no. He looks like that Prince guy. Yeah, he looks like the Prince on Shrek. He do. I ain't gonna lie. All right, that's funny. I'll give it to you, bro. That's actually pretty damn funny. So shout out to my man. Shout out to Jed. That was funny. He do look like the Prince off Shrek. about to say Lord Farquaad, but nah, his chin ain't big enough.
Like determined
hair,
to
though.
belittle that journalist who was just doing a job. I mean, it was really actually ugly to watch.
And shout out to Hellboy. He's like, I mean, blackface is bad, but whiteface isn't. Well, I mean, according to Drewski, look, man, the way Drewski did whiteface, it kind of pissed me off because I was like, dog, you don't know what you opened yourself up to. So now when these guys do a full-on blackface, you guys, I mean, people are going to be pissed. But Drewski, he was pretty funny with his whiteface. I mean, come on now, let's be real. Drewski was actually pretty damn funny with the whiteface. People was mad, but let's be honest. Let me see if I can find it here. Like, it was pretty damn good. I mean, bro, he looked like a real white person. You couldn't even tell the difference. If you put this much work, bro, if you put this much work into looking white, or into looking black, right? I ain't gonna be mad at you. If a white man was to put this much work to the point where I couldn't even tell if he was a white man doing blackface, I couldn't be mad at the blackface at that. But one, it's extremely funny that you did it. And two, it's impressive. I gotta pay respect to that. But when it's the lazy blackface of you just putting that deep black, dark ass paint on your face, yeah, that is overly disrespectful. But if you do the little brown hue with the spray paint and all that good stuff, you got that Drewski effect. I'm for it. Call me a racist, but I'll be for it. I mean, what can I say? I got to be consistent. All right, back to it.
Watch.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a great answer. I didn't think that that's